back with another one.
Your ego will stop you building muscle.
Yes. Yeah, I think this one is, if you've been going to the gym for quite some time, you definitely have come across this kind of guy, right? And, I was in the gym one day and there's a group of guys around the bench press and they're all doing 1 rep maxes. And there was no lifting going on. It was just literally dropping the bar onto the chest and then their mate, their spotter, was lifting it, and they'd be high-fiving each other. So there's no actual lifting going on. And those guys are the type of guys who they'll go into the gym, they'll do that every week, and in a year's time they'll look exactly the same, and the weights that they're lifting or that are being lifted for them by their spotter are exactly the same. And it's just that thing, that idea that, you've got to go into the gym, you've got to max or you've got to max out or attempt to max out every week, which really stunts progress.
Yeah.
And guys don't really take too kindly to advice with that either.
No, and I think it comes down to it's understanding what you're doing in the gym and why you're doing it, and understanding that your muscles don't recognize the weight that you're lifting, they recognize tension. Yeah. So it's kind of what are you doing in there and why are you doing it? And I think those questions that just seem to not get asked, because people are chasing weight and people are chasing more weight. And I think there is a natural, don't get me wrong, you and me have both chased strength over the years. So there's a natural desire to get stronger. There's a natural desire to lift more. And I think that people just get it a little bit convoluted when it comes to earning the right to progress the weight. Is probably a good way of putting it. Something I do regularly with client videos. All my clients film videos, send me videos. Is I'm diligently looking at how that weight is moving, where that tension is it under control? Is there any momentum on the concentric? I'm looking for, have we lost any range of motion? And something I normally do, I don't know, controversially, but something I do a lot of the time when clients do hit, for example, 3 sets within the desired rep ranges, I'm do it again the following week. So we're not always, because there's this, again, people talk about progressive overload, and we know progressive overload is crucial when it comes to building muscle, but it doesn't have to be every week. Yeah, I think some people want 5 kilos on their lifts every week, and they'd all be world's strongest man in 8 months' time.
It's like linear. Strength is like linear.
Yeah, but you're correct. But progressive overload can happen over months. Yeah, it can happen. I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong. How long, take certain lifts, how long would it add now, for you to add 10 kilos to that lift? It may take the next 5 years. It becomes a diminishing returns the longer you're in that game. And I think people, they're fast forwarding for the weight. I want to get to that dumbbell. They want that's a PB. And it's worry more about tension for the desired tempo, for the desired rep ranges, and learning to control that. Yeah. Before taking the slowest possible increment of progression.
You want to milk the weights for as long as you can, right?
And own it.
Something that I've learned in the last, I think more so in the last few years, is when you're actually building strength, it's more to do with, strength increase is more to do with the efficiency with which you can lift the weight, right? It's not, you don't have to go in there and lift heavy all the time, but it's just going through the movement and doing the movement as efficiently and effectively as possible, which will see the longer term progress.
Perfecting the rep.
Spend
time perfecting the rep.
Exactly that. Practice makes progress, doesn't it? So, select a weight that you can lift for the desired rep range, standardize the rep. So we use tempo, don't we? It might be a 3 seconds down. When you've perfected that, then you can add a little bit of a weight in a smaller increment as possible, and then keep the same standards,
100%.
The same format.
That's it. It's abiding by those parameters, because it's amazing how many times why is it always the leg press? You see the leg press, someone's got 500 kilos on the leg press. It's a PB, and then also listed underneath the PB doesn't count. Also listed underneath the PB is, range of motion wasn't great, but it will be better next time. Yeah. Then it's not a PB. Why are you posting it? You should have literally stripped 100 kilos off that weight and perfected the rep.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is people who get used to lifting badly, they kind of make an excuse that next week I'll do it better, but you won't, because you're used to lifting it badly. So that becomes the standard. So you might as well take the weight off, perfect the rep, you know, standardize the rep, and then progress from there. You don't lift something badly and then decide to tidy it up
and actually build more muscle.
Boom.